This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, go ahead and tell me about yourself.
Uh, my name is Prachi Dhananjay Desai.
Mm-hmm.
I've, I've completed my Bachelor of Degree in Mechanical field from SRTM University Nanded with 73.56 percentage and completed the Pega certification in CSA. And I'm from Nanded, but right now I'm in Pune.
Okay. So, couple of things to correct here. So, the first thing that you want, so before, after introducing about your name, right? So you have to tell something else. And so now you are going as an experienced type. It's not like a fresher. Okay. So
Okay.
if I were at you, so I would describe it in this way. Yeah. Hi. I am Karthik. So I have total 5+ years of experience, IT experience, and coming to Pega, I have 2+ years of experience on Pega. And coming to my project, so my project is a vehicle insurance related project. So what this project will do is it will automate the vehicle insurance business scenario. So right from collecting the details of the customer, capturing the documents, choosing the plan, and doing the payment. So once the payment is confirmed, so once it is approved, so insurance is allocated to the customer. So this entire process, our application automates. So my role is a Pega developer role. And coming to my platform experience, I got a chance to work on activities, flows, flow actions. I got a chance to work on case designer. So these were the areas I got a chance to work. Okay. So whenever you describe about yourself, so what's the first thing? You have to tell your name. You have to tell how many number of years of experience that you have, which includes your total experience plus the Pega experience. Okay. So if they ask you before Pega, so what kind of role that you have played? Okay. If they ask you, you have to answer that, and you have to be prepared for that. Okay. So otherwise, it is not required. Okay. And plus, you should tell about your project. Anyways, they are going to ask you a project. So before they ask you about that project, you can explain the project. Okay. So after explanation of the project is completed, so what you are supposed to do is you are supposed to expose the areas where you have got a chance to work. Okay. So if you are good at activities, you can go ahead and tell them that you got a chance to work on activities. If you are good at data pages, you can go ahead and you can tell that I got a chance to explore on data pages. So whichever the areas that you are good at, where you are comfortable, so then you can expose those areas. So take 3 to 4 areas where you are good at. Okay. So try to expose them. So that the interviewer what will do is like the chances of asking the questions from the topic that you have exposed, right? So there are good chances that he might ask you from those areas. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's start the technical discussion. And so tell me what is an activity rule? What is the purpose of activity in Pega?
Activity rule is used to get data from the table.
Mhm. Okay. So yeah, so basically activities. So the purpose of activities in Pega is used to implement the business logics. So if you wanted to implement any kind of business logic, then you can use activity rule. Okay. So activities, the one which you have said, right, to get the data from the table. The purpose of activity is not to get the data from the table. The purpose of the activity is used to implement the business logic.
Okay.
Yeah. So did you get a chance to work on OBJ methods?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so tell me what's the difference between OBJ open and OBJ open by handle?
Okay. Um, in OBJ open, we have to give the class keys and obj open by handle, we have to give the PZINS keys.
Okay, so let me answer that. obj open and obj open by handle both are used for the purpose of fetching a single record from the table. Okay, so the difference between obj open and obj open by handle is, if you wanted to get a single record by using obj open, you have to pass the class keys. You have to pass the class keys. Example, if you wanted to get a record from the work table. So work table, what is the class keys of the work table? It is PYD. You have to pass the PYD as the filter criteria. Okay, so if you wanted to get a single record from by using obj open by handle, you have to pass PZINS key. Got it? So obj open will use the class keys as a filter. obj open by handle will use PZINS key as the filter.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So what is the instance class of an activity rule?
Yes.
It is rule obj activity. Okay. So yeah. So coming to the instance classes, so we need to remember a couple of instance classes. The names of few rule types like data page instance class name, report application instance class name, flow instance class name, flow action instance class name, property instance class name. Couple of rule types you are supposed to remember the instance class name. Example, so yeah, what is the instance class of a property?
Sorry, sir.
What is the instance class of a property rule?
Property rule.
Rule obj property.
Yes, rule of which name of that
So what is the
property.
instance class of a flow rule?
Rule obj and the flow.
Rule obj flow. Flow action.
Rule obj flow action.
Section.
Rule obj section.
Operator. Data admin operator ID.
Yes.
Access group. Data admin access group.
Yes.
Okay. So these are the instance class name where you are supposed to remember. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is obj save?
It is a method to yes, update and open, update and save any page in activity.
Okay. Fine, no problem. So let me tell you that. So obj save, the purpose of obj save method in activity rule is, it is used to save a new record into the table or update an existing record in the table. Okay, so you can either save a new record into the table or you can update an existing record in the table. So in both the context, we use obj save. So when you use obj save, okay, so what will happen to the record? Will it save into the table or somewhere else?
If the data is committed, then only it will go to the table. And,
Okay.
if we are not using any commit method or check on the
Okay. So basically, obj save writes the record into the differ queue. There is something called as differ load. So what you are supposed to do is like obj save saves the record into the differ queue. So from the differ queue, if you wanted to write the record into the table, so you need to use commit method. Okay, so commit will commit the record from the differ queue to the table. Okay, so if you wanted to discard the record from the differ queue, so what is the method that you are supposed to use?
roll back. Roll back.
Roll back. Okay, So rollback is a method so which you are supposed to use to discard the record from the table. So what's the purpose of obj save cancel? Okay. So the purpose of obj save cancel is to discard the, it is used to discard a single item from the differ queue. Okay. So rollback is used to discard multiple records from the differ queue. Obj save cancel is used to discard a single record from the differ queue. Got it? So rollback multiple records it will discard. Obj save cancel will discard single record. Okay. So in obj save you have a checkbox. Right now checkbox. What's the purpose of this right now checkbox? Yes.
The data is directly saved to the table. If we
Table.
check right now checkbox.
Yes. So basically obj save, if you enable this right now checkbox, it will go and it will save into the table.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So tell me, what is the purpose of obj browse?
Obj browse is used to fetch the data from the table.
Okay. Single record or multiple records?
Single record.
Multiple records. Obj browse is used to fetch multiple records from the table. Okay. So let me ask you one question. So by using obj browse, can we get the data from the blob? If I use obj browse, can I get the data from the blob?
No. We can get the data only if the properties are filtered, optimized or exposed.
Okay. So obj browse, in obj browse, we can get the data from the blob. We can get the data from the blob, but we cannot apply filters on the blob properties. So the difference is, see, if say for example, all the user defined properties, say for example, you have captured customer details like customer first name, last name, age, state, city, zip code. So all these are user defined properties, right? So the values of these user defined properties will go and it will store in the blob by default. If you wanted to get the data from the blob, you can, so obj browse, you can get the data from the blob. By report definition rule also, you can get the data from the blob, but you cannot apply a filter on the blob. In the sense, say for example, by using obj browse, I wanted to filter out the work objects or the customers whose age is greater than 30. I wanted to apply this filter. So as age is a part of the blob, okay, age is a part of the blob, you cannot apply this filter. So if you wanted to apply the filters, what are you supposed to do?
We have to export the properties or optimize.
So we have to expose the property or we have to optimize the property. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, guys. So that's all I have. So just wanted to focus on interview question related to activities. So be prepared. Be prepared, Prachi. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So again and again, so go through these interview related questions frequently and get hands on.
Okay.
Okay. So nice. Nice thing. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.